Check. We're recording. Oh, yeah. This beat does hit pretty hard, bro. I like it.
I like this a lot.
Hell yeah.
It kind of gives me like the music to like a sitcom.
Kind of reminds me of like Charlie Brown a little bit. But oh, you're right, like a sitcom.
Like a sitcom, yeah.
The jazzy is good. This is perfect for this episode, man.
It is.
Guess what?
What?
Welcome back, guys, to the Dreams to Reality podcast. I'm your host, Annabelle Rodriguez, and guess who's to the right hand of me?
Your right-hand man.
Yeah, Christopher Tuna Lopez.
So what's up?
Guys, we have an amazing show for you today. It's jam-packed with laughs, with information. We have an amazing guest. Our guest is a 13-year veteran, a professional comedian. He's a professional actor. He's got an HBO special. It's Not My Weekend. He's also got a Netflix special. He's actually won awards for a new TV series called The King of Downey with the Latino TV and Film Festival. Please help me welcome the great Jerry Garcia.
Man, dog, that is a DJ voice right there, fool.
That's it, bro.
Yeah,
That's
right?
morning radio at its best right there, dog. You should do the local traffic, dog.
Bro,
What's the weather?
You know who he sounds like? The DJ at a strip club.
See, wait, now dance.
Next coming up,
Yeah.
Mercedes.
your daughter.
Get your daughters out. 2 for 1.
That's when, hey, brother, thank you so much for being on today's podcast. I know you're a busy man, so I really appreciate you
Dog, it's all good. Fool.
coming out.
Yeah, thanks for.
Yeah, bro. When's the last time I seen you? It's been probably like around like.
A few months, dog.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe a year.
It's probably been a year. I know during the pandemic, not a lot of comedians were working.
Nah. Yeah.
Did you ever do those like underground comedy
we did
shows
all that
and
shit, dog. We did underground. We did backyard boogies, fool. Las salas, way dance, bro. Parking lots,
yeah.
fool. We did
Parking
parking lot garages, dog. Yes.
That's a freaking
All of
hustler
that.
right there.
Yeah, and still collecting my stimmy checks on top
There
of
we
that,
go,
fool.
bro.
Yeah, motherfucker. I got some EBT, dog. Life was good. Kind of miss those days, dog.
Yeah, it was good times. It was the bad times. It was good
It
times.
was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
There we go.
That's what's up.
A little English literature for y'all. You don't know what's up. Yeah, bro. So I wanted to bring you on to the podcast to kind of get to know your story a little bit more. I know we've known each other for a couple of years now. I've seen you do your thing on the stage. I'm always really I appreciate anyone that can move an audience and capture an audience attention. No matter what you do, whether you're a comedian, a musician, an actor, if you're someone that could capture someone's attention and bring out certain emotions in someone, I feel that you have to have a certain skill set or a certain amount of intellect in order to do that. And for you to become a successful comedian, I know that took a lot of work, So whenever I see someone that's successful in their craft like yourself, I really want to pick their brain and find out, what is it? What is it that made them successful? Well, what's their life story like? Was it all sunshine and rainbows and they were just born hilarious and they just made it to the top? Or did they have to grind it out and they have to go through, overcoming obstacles, and that they get Me Too, someone, had to do certain things to get certain places.
Sure. Yeah. How do you think I got on this podcast?
So tell us a little bit about your story. What did you used to do before you got into comedy, or has this been your lifelong passion?
Well, first of all, I want to say, man, you're too nice, bro. You too kind, dog. I'm still a work in progress, dog. I still got a long way to go, fool. I've caught some nice breaks, dog. That's the only way I've been. I'm on HBO, Netflix, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But I've still a long way to go, dog. Obviously, right, to be the household name I want to be.
Right.
But you're right, dog. I've been able to accomplish, in the 13 years, dog, some good stuff, fool. And it took a lot of work. I think one of the things that I was trying to, keep up with the stuff you were saying and stuff. But basically, for me, dog, I started in 2009, dog. I'm 42 years old, dog. I started when I was 29 years old, fool. Okay. All right. So, and at first, dog, I was like, damn, man, I wish I started comedy earlier, fool. I would have been a lot more famous by now, fool.
Yeah.
I wish in my early 20s. I do kind of regret that. But at the same time, I also like that I started at 29 because I was able to focus a lot more, dog. I came in a lot more, obviously, my pinche developed, fool,
right.
And I knew what I was getting myself into.
Yeah.
I had a focus, bro. I had I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go hard, fool.
Yeah.
And I was all about it, fool. When I empecé comedy in 2009, fool,
yeah.
It was, I was going up on every stage, every night, everywhere, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, I drove fucking to Palmdale for free.
Yeah.
I went Victorville, bro. But like, I didn't get paid for like the first couple of years, dog. And just driving around all over LA County and outside, going to Oxnard, going to Ontario, going to IE, just for a fucking open mic, fool. Dang. And that's the start of, man, I knew at 29, gracias a Dios, I had a full-time job, a real time. I had money, had my babies, my kids are 15 and 16 now, dog. Yeah. They were babies at the time, dog. 13 years ago, they were fucking 3 and 4. Shit. And so basically, I was going through this midlife crisis where I always wanted to be a comedian. I was always a class clown, dog. Yeah. I won funniest in the yearbook in middle school. I won funniest in the high school yearbook, dog. Yeah. Funny was my thing, dog. But I was a goofball everywhere. I just, whatever it took to get a laugh, I was that guy in my teens and 20s, dog. Yeah. That's the only way I got laid, fool. Like, just making girls laugh, dog. You know, like, this face never got me laid, fool. It was fucking that, dog. And that was my approach, fool. That's how I was getting girls, fool. Like, you know, like at the time, I see people wanted to be around me. Girls wanted to talk to me because I was a good time. Yeah. But that wears out, right? Obviously, they don't stop taking seriously. But the point is that you start to grow up, right? You start to mature. People are always telling me in my whole 20s, dog, girlfriends, family, co-workers, amigos, everybody, neighbors, everybody would be like, dude, why don't you do the comedy? Try the comedy. I was literally the life of the party when I used to go to everywhere, like every hangout, everywhere. But as I started getting older and I started having kids, and then I started, you know, the real fucking pressures of life started coming in and stuff like that. And I was like, bro, man, my kids are gonna be 3 and 4. I'm about to be 30, dog. I've never fulfilled anything I ever wanted to do. I just wanted to be a comedian. Never got it done. I was feeling like a fucking loser, dog. Yeah. And at that time, right, just everything was mounting on top of me. You know, my marriage was not going so great, dog. I was married at the time. My marriage was falling apart with the 2 kids, and it was just stress on everybody at the house. Right. And one of my outlets, like we talked about, it was like, you know, comedy was that for me, dog. Yeah. And I needed to get out. I just needed to get out of the fucking house. Everything was day job and kids and wife for me. And I wasn't just not ready for that. Fool. Like, I found myself like, dude, like, I felt like life was moving too fast. Fool. Right. Like, oh my God, I'm going to be 30. I'm going to be fucking old, dog. And dog, I got kids now. I got a fucking wife. What the fuck am I doing with my life? And all this shit, dog, you know? I was just freaking out, fool. Yeah. So I siempre te he dicho, like, my friends were always like, you gotta do comedy. And then one of my boys kept pushing me. So
they saw potential in you.
Like, that was because that was my, you know, personality, fool. Like, everywhere I went, that was my vibe, fool. Just, I was making people laugh everywhere, dog. Yeah. And then so my friends were just like, dude, you gotta try it. Long story short, fool, my boy's like, hey, I live in North Hollywood. There's a comedy club right by my house, dog. It's called the Ha Comedy Club. They have a sign out there. They have a sign. You've been there, fool. You see me perform before.
I remember that one.
Yeah. And then, well, that's where I started, fool. Like, there was a sign out there that said amateur night, open mic. And my boy like, hey, fool, come check it out, dog. Yeah. This 2009 October. I remember because Halloween was just creeping up and shit. Yeah. And I was buying my kids costumes. And we did it. I went and I fucking ate a dick, fool, what we call it, fool. I did horrible, bro. Horrible, fool. No laughs, dog. But gracias a Dios, it was just open mic. There was only comedians there, fool. There was no real audience members. Yeah. Just a hangout for comics. Right. And first of all, comics are not going to laugh at your shit, dude. Everyone's a hater, dog. Everyone's just...
Is that really how it is?
Yeah, unless they respect you. Unless they know who you are. Like, oh, shit, listen to this guy. This guy's good. I want to watch this guy. I want to study this guy. You know, but if you ain't shit, if you're nobody, they're just going to watch you. They're not going to give you much love, fool. Like, they're just going to watch you just do your thing and get the fuck out, dog. Right. You know? Unless you're your friends, your homies and stuff like that. But the point is, I still did bad. No excuse. I did bad, fool. But
actually, I feel like it's a better way of learning.
It is, dog.
You know, it's like, do you want people to fucking sugarcoat shit and, you know, tell you like, oh, that was great, and then you think you're fucking good, but you really suck ass. Yes. Then that's not a good way of learning. Yeah. You know, and I think that's actually a good way of testing people, because, you know, I feel like comedy is one of those things where people think they're funny and they're really not.
Yeah, fool.
And you see a lot of people that are like go on stage and they leave thinking they did great. I'm like, bro, that was the worst shit I've ever seen.
Well, I was that guy, fool. I was that guy, dog. Because I was a guy who always made people laugh everywhere I went, dog. And then I went up there with a few notes. I had a few notes because people, you got to write your shit down, dog. You can't just talk about out of your ass. You got to like prepare. Yeah. But I don't know what prepare meant. I had no idea what prepare means. I just thought it meant like just have some, you know, fucking topics to talk about, fool. Yeah. So I wrote some topics, you know, about my day or whatever the fuck I was talking about, the time, the kids or whatever. Yeah. Just saying hacky, dumb shit, dog. Like, you know, oh, fucking kids are annoying. you know, they shitting all the time. And like, it was dumb shit, dog. Like, you know, it's like stupid, dumb stuff. And the wife is always mad and she can't cook anyway. And it's just talking dumb shit, fool. Yeah. And then, I was just like, so I thought that was going to be funny. I thought that was going to kill. Like, oh my God, that's going to be so funny. Yeah. No, it's not, fool. It wasn't, fool. Yeah. But I left there, like, first of all, no one laughed. Everyone like, ugh. Right? So that made me be like, oh, yeah, fuck it. Like, in my head, I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm funny, dog. Like, I'm funny, fool. Fuck this shit, dog. I'm better than this. Yeah, like, hey, no, I'm better than this, fool. Like, I can't be embarrassed like this. I felt embarrassed. Yeah. My ego was fucking hurt, obviously.
Right. That's interesting because most people, they go one of two ways.
Yeah.
Either they get like, fuck that. Like, I actually am funny. Let me go prove myself. Or it's like, fuck, I guess I'm not funny.
Yeah.
So that's interesting that you're wired that way.
Yeah, I was wired as far as like, I know I'm better than this. Like, I know I'm better than this. Maybe that's because that's a 29-year-old in me, fool. I think as a little kid, I think I would have took it a little harder, younger.
Got you.
I would have been like, oh my God, maybe I'm not funny, you know? Like, But at 29, I was a little bit more self-confident in myself. Like, I kind of knew, like, okay, I felt like I know where I fucked up. Yeah, like, I felt like, you know, the things I kind of like, replayed what I said up there and I said, yeah, that wasn't fucking dumb. That was fucking dumb. Yeah. I was talking about my kid's diaper rash or whatever, dog. And I was like saying shit like, oh, I wonder if that's contagious. And I'm checking my ass, like I'm checking my butt. And dumb shit, dog. Like, I was like, that's dumb shit. That's like, funny. Why would I, it's not funny. That's my point.
It's funny. Looking at
I know what you mean.
I feel like everything happens at the right time, you know? Yeah. And like, I know you said when you started, you felt like, shit, I haven't accomplished anything. I'm already getting older. But like, it doesn't matter when you make it. You know, it doesn't. Like, if you look at, I can't remember what the hell I was listening to, but like KFC, the fucking guy that founded KFC, he was like in his fucking 60s when he made it and shit and became a multi-millionaire. You know, so it doesn't matter when you hit the jackpot, like shit, 30, 40, whenever I become a millionaire, I'm gonna be happy, you know, or whenever I become successful, I'm gonna be happy. And one thing is that you're following your passion, you're following what you love. You know, not a lot of people could do that. Like you said, your whole life you were the class clown. Everybody was encouraging you. Everybody was telling you like, dude, you got to do this. And even yourself, you knew that you had it in you, but you just weren't accomplishing it. And maybe you had to go through the things that you went through and not start till you were 29 in order for you to get to where you're at now.
La neta sí, güey. That's true, dog. Because I look back, I go, I don't know what I would have been if I would have started at 21. I don't know what I would have been talking about, just who knows? Who the fuck knows? But now as a 29-year-old, as a parent, as a father, as a husband at the time, I had shit to talk about. I had shit to say. Even though it wasn't funny at first, I figured it out. I started to figure it out. Like, oh, this is how you do it. Like, this is how you say it. It's gotta make everybody laugh. I was just trying to make like fucking dumb people laugh. I want to make everybody laugh.
Yeah, that's one thing I want to talk to you about because I feel when anybody starts, whether it's a musician or a comedian or anything,
like a rapper, we compare a lot to like rappers.
You can see like the little essence of who that person is, like even in their beginning. Like they might be shit musicians, but there's a little spark in there. You're like, there's something in there. Like I know if he develops that thing, it could be like something amazing. And then 10 years later, when they're like huge successes, there's still a little part of that beginning part, but like on a whole nother level. Yeah. So like you said, you started off with your fucking shit rash of jokes. Yeah. And now you're still in the same vein, but it's like completely different and hilarious. Yeah. So what was that process like? What did you have to do to go from essentially being an intermediate or beginning comedian to a professional? It's like a beginning musician to now you're a fucking elite musician. And I know you're humble and you don't like to say, but I look at you as an elite comedian. Thanks, not a lot of people can say they have a special on Netflix, or on HBO. There's not a lot of people that do that and literally make a living in comedy. Claro. It's fucking one of 1%. It's very rare.
Yeah. No, I get that, fool. So I get that. I'm very fortunate.
And there's levels, bro. Like it's like, if I compare, if anybody compares themselves to Jeff Bezos, they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. But at the end of the day, you're still a successful person in your own right. And I am always intrigued in finding out, like, how does a person develop themselves? Did you have a mentor or did you just like fucking like isolate yourself and just started writing, or like what was it that you did in order for you to get to that next level?
That's a good question, though. For me, it's like I don't think I wouldn't say one mentor in particular, but I like to pick a lot of fools' brains, and I do like study a lot of fools. And I was fortunate enough to be around a lot of comedians, obviously, that were very funny. Like, you know, Paul Rodriguez,
Fucking love that guy.
Steve Trevino, Jeff Garcia.
These are all great people.
Bunch of guys, Willie Barcena. These are guys who like I got a chance to open for and go on the road with, you know, very early and when I started. And I learned a lot from them, dog. I just learned about how the work ethic and just how they you know, comedy is a serious game, dog. It's a fucking serious game.
Yeah.
First of all, you got to be original. You got to be yourself. You got to be open. You got to be vulnerable. Hay de todo, güey. Hay de todo. How much you're willing to fucking let people in, and how much you're able to like bring like pain and then make it funny and all that stuff, dog. Like for me, one of us, for me, it's like the stepdad material, dog. Like the stepdad material really took me to a new level when I started like talking about my kid's stepdad.
Yeah.
And that was very hard for me to fucking talk first, dog, you know?
Yeah.
But as I started getting the laughs, when I started talking about it on stage, I started getting the laughs, and I got like addicted to those laughs. Like, people really like hearing about that.
Yeah.
And at first I wasn't comfortable, like, fuck that fool, dog. I don't want to talk about that motherfucker, dog.
That's
you know,
funny,
like,
dude.
it's not even, like, we're not even that close. It's because I said that on my joke is that we're close and we hang out and this and that, but we're not. But the point is, like, fuck, man, I'm bringing all this limelight, but it's funny. At the end of the day, it's funny.
Yeah.
And so, like, the point is that I didn't want to talk about that fool, but like kind of led me down that road as people really started to gravitate towards that. And then I was able to make some shit I didn't like into fucking funny, dog.
Dude, that's so huge because we were talking about this before we even started the podcast. Is like, I feel like most comedy is literally laughing at the absurdity of life and taking pain and converting it into something that's a comedic relief. Mm-hmm. And I feel that a lot of comedians that are successful have that kind of like pain or suffering, and they figure out a way to make fun of it. And myself, like, whenever I'm in a tough situation and I'm under like something difficult, I like to make fun of it to release the pressure, you know? Yeah. And that's why I've always been drawn to comedians and to comedy. Like, that's like my favorite genre of movies. It's my favorite thing to do. Like, on my pastime, I literally just like on YouTube, I'll watch like freaking Norm Macdonald interviews or like just anything Howard about Stern comedy. Like Howard Stern, dude, I've watched like so much Howard Stern shit. Like comedy is my shit, dude. Like, that's what I love. Like since I was a little kid, and I've always been drawn to it. You know, whenever some hard shit was going on in my life, I'll just go watch a funny movie, you know, or go watch like a stand-up comedy show or something. Yeah. And, you know, like, dude, your shit is funny about the stepdad. And that's crazy that you mentioned, like, you know, you turn something that might not be comfortable for you into something that everybody could connect with. Yeah. And can be like, wow, like I deal with that too, which is why it's funny to me. Yeah. And I know you're a Latino, you're Mexican, right? Yeah. Your friends from Mexico? Yes. Where are you guys from?
Cuernavaca, Morelos.
All right. Well, is that where you're born, or where are you born?
Nah, I'm born here, dog.
Born here?
Yeah, East LA, homie. General Hospital.
Same here, bro. Same shit, bro.
USC County, huh?
What's up? Cool, man. So I kind of bunched you in with that whole Latino comedy scene, and you know, when I remember growing up, like the first Latino comedian that I really attached to was like George Lopez. You know, I remember the first time watching Lion Kings of Comedy. I never laughed as hard in my life because I connected so much with him, because I'm Mexican as well. And everything that he was saying, I was like, oh my God.
Preacher, bro.
I was
preaching,
like,
bro.
Yeah, he was preaching. And I was like, oh my God, it's so fucking funny. And I think that comedy is an art form. You know, I don't feel like it's a science. Like, there are certain structures, you know, there's a punchline, there's here, there's that. But I feel that someone that is truly a comedian is someone that's born, like they're born with this, it factor, you know? And like, I know we were talking before we got started, is like, what is that thing that makes one person successful and one person not? You know, so I want you to talk a little bit about that. Like what do you think makes a good comedian? I'm still trying to figure that out, fool. Cause I still got a lot of work ahead of me and stuff. But the biggest compliment I get, fool, personally for me, is that people they tell me that when they hear me on stage, it's like they're hearing a family member, a friend, and that I come off like a real person, dog. Yeah. And I think a lot of that has to do with, are people buying what you're selling up there, fool? And I want to be as genuine as possible up there. Like, who I am off stage is who I am on stage, dog. Yeah. Like, this is how I talk, this is who I really am, this is how I really act, dog. I'm not trying to be anybody bigger and better or badder. I'm just who the fuck I am, dog. You know what I'm saying? Character. Yeah, it's not a fucking character, dog, ever. And I think that's what gravitates people, and I think that's the it factor, because a good example for me, dog, right now is like, I'm working on new material, I'm working on new jokes, right? And I'm not confident in these jokes, fool. I got jokes that I don't think are good or funny or ready, but I'm still getting the laughs, fool. Yeah.
And so I'll ask friends, I'll ask people, I'll ask audience members, like after the show, like, they'll be like, hey, great job. And I'll be like, cause porque I'm working on new shit. I'm like, what did you think about this joke? Like, I'm working on this joke. What did you think about that joke? And they're like, yeah, it needs work, but it's the way you say it. It's because the way you say it, you're like so funny. You're just funny. You're just a funny person. So like whatever you say, it's funny to me because the way you say things and how you are. Like, cause I buy whatever you're selling, I'm buying. Es como me dijo esa señora, güey, esa muchacha, güey. And that's a big compliment, fool, because, okay, cool. Like, basically, I'm already in on that. Now I just got to figure out the rest of this joke. Yeah. But the point is that that's where the it factor comes, fool, because basically I have that it factor, so I'm trying to say. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know that people gravitate towards me when they're like, oh, man, this guy, he's like a cousin, fool. He's like my homie, dog. He's my friend. I know this guy, my coworker, fool. Like, I could talk to this guy. I could relate to this guy. You know, I could buy him a beer, fool. Like, so that's not everybody has that, fool. Yeah. Not everybody has that it factor, fool. Because I know homies are as funny, pero they're not very personable, dog. And people just don't gravitate. They don't have that it factor. Like, but he's funny, dog. And people are just like, nah, he's just weird. He's awkward. I don't know about that guy. Yeah. No me cae bien. Sangre pesada, güey. I don't know about that fool. And so, okay, then I'm like, okay, because he's funny. That guy is fucking funny, fool. Like, but nah, I like you better.
I've always wondered, how does, I don't know how deep you can go into this, but how does a comedian work on jokes?
Yeah, well, for me, like, dog, is the thought process, fool, is just basically, I got everything here on my phone, fool. So I just think of a funny situation, a funny thought, and I start to write. And it's like, a lot of it's creative writing, bro. Okay. Like creative writing. Like I'm working on a joke right now, but I just had kidney stone surgery, dog.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
And you're making a joke out of it.
Yeah. So now I'm trying to make a joke out of it, fool. So it's not even finished, dog. So right now, like for me, like kidney stones, right? So now my kidney stones, I'm thinking about what was funny about the whole thing, this and that. Yeah. Think about kidney stones that, you know, people compare it to fucking giving birth, fool, right? But women hate that shit, right? Women get mad for like, fuck that. It's not fucking giving birth. Uh-huh. It's not. Yes, it is. It might be worse, dog. And I'll tell you how. I'll tell you why, fool. Because no one in the world has ever said, you know what? I'm ready for another kidney stone, fool. You know? I just got a promotion at work. Okay. I just got a new big bonus, fool. I think I'm ready for another kidney stone, dog. Uh-huh. I think let's do this. I think let's it's tonight's the night. Hopefully I get 2 kidney stones. Tonight's the night. Yeah, and you know, like, so I'm still working on that concept of comparing kidney stones to giving birth. Gotcha. So like now I got to figure out the way. So I just kind of give you a little bit of insight of how like I write like a joke. Yeah. You think of the process, you think of the bit, you think of what's funny about it, and you kind of just start like boom, boom, boom. Now not everything's gonna work out. Like I got other shit here is going nowhere fast, fool. Right? So like I'm working on a joke that girls won't date me because I'm too short. You know? Can you believe it's 2022 and we're still dealing with heightism? You know, my little ass dad did not work his little tiny ass in the chocolate factory for him to be dealing with this stuff. You know what I mean?
That's just funny.
So I would like to go. This is so funny because as we're sitting here listening to this, right? It's funny. You're getting a laugh out of me. You're getting a laugh out of him. But you said when you first started, you know, you would get laughs out of your family and friends, but then you would go on stage and it's a whole other experience. Yeah. Right. So have you figured out the difference? I'm sure you have. Claro. What's the difference between, is it just because like you have your family and friends perceive you a different way, or like what is it?
You're just being more, again, it's almost like freestyling, fool. It's almost like freestyling. It's like a rapper, fool. Like he's going to write a fucking hot ass track, fool. Right? Yeah. From beginning to end. Or he can also go freestyle with his homies and shit, and his homies gonna be like, "Oh, that was dope." But it was a lot of it was just coming out of your ass, and you don't even know how you got there.
But it's not good enough to get a fucking to
put that shit on an album,
a label to sign you. Yeah, correct. I get you.
That's exactly a good example on that. Fool.
That makes sense.
But if you fucking write this fucking track, dog, and it fucking goes gold, that's like a joke for us, dog. Like that's fucking a hot ass joke, a bit that people are gonna remember. Like a George Lopez fucking, you know, why you crying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that, fool. Like that's that fucking joke, fool. That everyone's gonna know.
Coming up in that game, who were your idols?
Well, George Lopez, it's funny that you mentioned George Lopez, dog. Obviously, for me, again, I'm 42, dog. So I've been watching comedy for a long time too and studying it, fool. And George Lopez is obviously the first guy And George Lopez has been around forever, dog.
Yeah.
And I graduated high school in 97, fool. And I turned 18 in 1998, and I went on a date, fool, to the Ice House here in Pasadena, fool, down the
That's my
street.
spot right there.
Right there. And I went to the Ice House. I took a date. I was 18 years old, fool. My sister had told me about this guy. My sister's older than me. She was like 23 at the time.
Yeah.
She turned me on to George Lopez. She's like, hey, man, I heard about this guy, George Lopez. I know you want to be a comedian. You should check him out. And obviously, this is before internet, dog, 98, bro. So I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is. She's like, he's Mexican. He's funny. Go check him out. Yeah. And I was dating this chick at the time, so I invited her. Basically, I took her. And, fool, I saw him, bro, and my life changed, dog.
Dude. My
life just, I saw him in person, fool, and I can't speak how much my life changed that night, fool. I saw him. It actually fucked me up in a weird way, bro. It fucked me up in a way where, like, I obviously wanted to be a comedian at 18. I knew I wanted to be a comedian, but I saw George Lopez, and he fucking blew the roof off, right? He was the fucking funniest man I've ever seen in my life. And it actually discouraged me, fool, because I left there being like, I can never be that guy.
Dang.
Who am I kidding?
Wow.
Like, and then he preached all our paisa shit.
Yeah.
So he said all this shit that
you
what the fuck am I gonna say?
Yeah.
What am I gonna talk about, fool? Like, you know, like my parents fucking, you know, make fun of me because I cried. My parents they beat my ass, fool. Yeah. What the fuck am I gonna talk about? That's what I was gonna talk about, you know, kind of shit.
Wow.
So yeah, they fucked me up in that way. But then as I grew older, you know, you realize like, fool, I could be my own person. Fool. I don't have to be that guy.
Yeah.
I don't have to talk about that, fool. And so things like that. And another reason I came around with George Lopez is because I don't consider myself a very good looking guy, dog. And George Lopez is an ugly ass motherfucker, dog, right? con todo respeto, wey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But when I saw him blow up and make it big, I said, look at this fucking guy, dog. Nos caritas, wey. Está feo el compa, wey. Pero está llena pinche. He has a sitcom, fool. Like, I could be that guy, dog. Because I was always about that too. Like I was about that. Like, I'm funny, I'm cool, but you know what the fuck is Hollywood gonna do with this? You know what the fuck is who's gonna fucking give me a lead role or whatever the fuck, dog? So I was like that guy también, way. But George Lopez changed that. But George Lopez changed that for me. Where like if a brown, sweaty, fucking ugly guy could do it, I could do it too, fool. Dope, like for sure, dog. So I worked in both different ways, fool. Yeah. And mad props to him, dog, too, man. He is one of the GOATs, fool. You know, I've never had a chance to work with him. I've had a chance to be around him and pick his brain a little bit, but never had a chance to work with him. He's very into his own little circle and shit like that. He's in a different pedestal, different world.
Right.
But at the same time, I work with Paul Rodriguez a lot, and he's been like a real true mentor for me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, he's looking good people to me, though.
Yeah, he's a freaking hilarious guy, man.
That's a true legend, fool.
So is the writing process the grind, or what would you consider as the grind?
Yeah, that's the grind, fool. The writing process, coming up with new shit all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough because, like, for us, I mean, coming up with new shit, it's a trip because when you do have a great set of like 30, 45 minutes, it's hard to stop doing it because not everybody has seen you, fool. Like, you know, it takes a long time for a lot of people to see you, fool. So you're doing those same 45 minutes for a pretty long time, for a few years, like the Stepdad shit and all that stuff. Yeah. You know, I recorded that special in 2019. I've been doing those jokes since like 2017, 2018, 2019, it dropped in 2020. So like right now, 2020, well, the pandemic changed a lot of things, but right around now, 2021 or so, that's when I finally stopped doing those jokes. Little by little, I still do them, but not as much. Very few, like less and less and less. I'm starting to get away from that.
So you're running like a new set.
Okay. Sign a new set, fool.
So it takes you about a year, 2 years.
About a year, 2 years. Yeah, you're right. Okay. About a year, 2.
That's cool.
Yeah, because I'm in like year 1 right now, going into my second year.
Yeah, one of the like controversial topics in comedy that I've heard a lot about is like joke stealing, you know, where someone takes someone's premise and switches it around, or someone just straight out steals a complete bit. And I know that it's like literally someone's like stealing fucking food out of your mouth, or someone just coming in and like, dude, I put in all this work and this food's taking my shit.
You just answered it. That's what it is, fool.
Yeah, so I mean,
you've seen that?
It happens, fool.
Is that something that is prevalent, or is that something that's rare? Because, you know, I go on YouTube and I watch a lot of fucking shit on comedy. And, you know, one of the hot topics is always like fucking joke stealing, you know, like fucking this guy stole this joke, that guy stole this joke. And, and it's a hot topic. And I don't know if it's just hype, just for clickbait, so people go watch these YouTube channels, or if it's something that's really is like a problem in comedy where people don't like to talk about it. Is that something that you've noticed that is pretty prevalent, or is it pretty rare and like you guys can kind of squash your own beef behind closed doors?
We squash it behind closed doors, fool. There's different angles you could go with this fucking question, dog, but I see it as like, because of social media, it's easier to steal. Yeah. Right? Because you could see people's fucking jokes from across the fucking country. Right?
You can see them in different fucking...
Yeah. Because before the thing was like, excuses like, what? I don't even know that fool. I've never heard of that guy. What do you mean I stole his joke? I never heard of this. Who the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, right, dog. But now it's internet. You can see everybody's fucking said anywhere, dog. Yeah. Right? So it's easier to joke. But then at the same time, it's easier to get caught, right? If you get caught, you get called out, fool. Yeah. You get hit up, and you don't want to be that guy. Yeah. Fool. You don't want to be that guy that gets fucking hit up. Hey, fool, you fucking took this guy's joke, and now there's proof too. Like there's proof behind. Hey, motherfucker, like me that I posted my shit 2015, dog. I posted the joke in 2015. Yeah. For me, it's been like the Chuck E. Cheese joke. It was a joke that people were like saying, stealing from me, that people are taking from me.
What's the joke?
It's an old joke. It's a whole bit about me taking my kids to Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah. That Chuck E. Cheese is like a Vegas casino, like.
Yeah, I think I heard you say
kids go crazy in there. They become like little crack kids and shit, you know what I mean? Asking for $5, like, just $5 that, the machines are hot, like. And this and that, and I'm like, dude, the fuck, the machine. Where'd you learn that? For like, and where did you get the cigarette? Like, what the fuck, like, what are you doing? For like,
So you've had comedians take that?
Yeah, like this. Really? They'll talk about like Chuck E. Cheese and taking kids to Chuck E. Cheese and like basically the same fucking joke, fool. Like they just change little words here and there, fool. Like the kids get drunk instead of being crackheads, the kids are like fucking alkies in there, and like stuff like that.
So what's the process once you find out? I mean, what do? You hit up that
person? You hit them up, fool. Like, hey, fool, like, where'd you hear that? Like for me, fool, I just like to show my proof. Like, hey, compa, I've been saying this since 2015, fool. Like, it's on a fucking record, dog. It's like on YouTube, bro. Like this, you keep saying it, fool, but the point is that my shit's my shit, dog. So. And it's different. Depends on a person. Depends how far you want to take it. There's fighting words, as far as fighting words, and as far as just being a gentleman about it. And to be like, hey, fool, like, I heard you're doing this joke, fool. I do a joke like that, fool. Just let you know, dog. And, I've been saying it for this long or whatever. Fool. I don't know where you heard it. I don't know if you got the idea. I don't know if you heard me. Or like, for me, I put the dots together. Like, oh, I know this guy. We did a show 2 years ago. We did a show together. I did that joke, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So, shit like that, fool. So, it's out there, fool. It's out there, dog. But again, we're all policing each other, fool. And you just don't want to be the guy that's known for that, fool.
I'm sure you've seen when Joe Rogan called out Carlos Mencia.
Yeah. That's the most famous.
Yeah, right? That's the biggest one, right?
The famous.
What were your thoughts on that?
Well, that was before I was a comedian, right? So we already knew about that. This is like 2007, 2008 it happened, And I mean, still today people talk about it. Yeah. And he's still known for that, fool. Yeah. And it's not cool, dog. But at the same time, he's still booking and still selling out. So so it's like one of those things where like, hey, well, everybody knows who the fuck he is. Yeah. But a lot of people that go to shows don't give a fuck about that. They just want to laugh, fool.
Yeah, they just want to laugh. And one thing that I've noticed as well is sometimes the joke that has been, quote unquote stolen, or the premise has been quote unquote stolen is a pretty common thing too. It's like really, like it's kind of something that I could even come up with.
Claro.
I'm not even.
It's called Hacky. It's called Hacky. So if something's hacky, it means that's easy.
Yeah, and
it's easy. It's been told many times.
Yeah, I'm like you can't really, like, I'm sure you said that joke and you came up with it in your own mind, but like if someone comes up with that same joke, it's like. It's very like
correct.
Anybody could do that.
Yeah.
Not anybody, but like most comedians that have that same mindset can come up with this thought process. But when something is like literally unique to your lifestyle,
that's where you get butthurt.
You're like, what the fuck? Like you didn't live through my life story. Correct. You're not me. Like you can't fucking say that.
Well, that's why I talk about the Chuck E. Cheese joke. Like me, Chuck E. Cheese. Like my kids there. I took my kids. Blah blah blah. I'm comparing. I put all this work and effort into creating this story. And then for somebody else to be saying it as well, like that's not cool, dog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you're right. There's fucking. And there's a lot of hacky shit out there, fool. The whole fucking, my parents beat me, my parents hit me, and blah, 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 and me pegaron con la chancla, güey. And, when I got sick, me pusieron vaselina. That's hacky, fool. That's stuff that everybody knows, fool. Yeah. And that's what we're talking about. So, like, no one's going to get mad at, hey, I said that. Right. Like, no one's going to get mad at that because people are just like, he's just a hack, fool.
And I feel like there's certain comedians that can make a room they can take over a room with laughter, but they're still making jokes that are very non-unique, non-original, something very like, and they never make it big.
Those are called hacks.
Yeah.
That's
because
a comedian.
Because like, all right, cool. You're funny. That shit was funny. I'll laugh every time.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to buy your fucking anything you do, and I'm not going to go see you. I'm going to go see the guy that's after you.
And there's comics like that who make a living, fool, and we just let them be, dog. We just let them be. Hey, déjalo, güey. Yeah. That's how he makes his living. That's how he pays his rent. He's going to do his hacky jokes. He's not hurting anybody. It's almost like an autistic kid. Like, he's like, déjalo, güey. Déjalo con sus crayons. Déjalo, güey. He's not bothering nobody, fool. Like, let him kick the ball around with us a little bit. Don't worry. If he scores, it doesn't count. That's funny, but that's basically what it is. There's comics like that, fool. We all know who they are, and we just let them be. So they're not hurting nobody, fool.
What makes another level of a comedian is somebody who can sell not just a funny joke that anybody can say, but more so, would you say, their individual personality?
Sí, güey.
That's what would make me come buy your ticket.
Claro, güey. There's Gabriel Iglesias, fool.
I just saw him at Dodger Stadium.
You went? Yeah.
We sat on the floor. It was dope.
No fucking way.
Yeah,
I heard it was great.
It was great.
You went the second night or the first night?
I forgot. I don't know what night it was.
Yeah, because he was there Friday and a Saturday. I was out of town. I was in Arizona.
On Friday night.
Yeah, I was in Arizona that weekend, dog.
That shit was packed, dude.
Yeah,
didn't Chappelle get like fucking some guy tried to like jump on the stage?
Yeah,
and shit
he did get fucking jump on the stage.
Yeah, I got fucked up.
He got tackled, didn't he? Yeah. Right.
That's another thing that I really want to talk to you about is with that whole fucking thing with Will Smith slapping Chris Rock.
Yeah.
At the what was it, the award ceremony or whatever?
Oscars, yeah.
The Oscars. Now we have other people just going on stage when the comedian, they get upset at some joke they hear because they're sensitive. Have you dealt much with like the whole cancel culture / people getting offended at certain jokes that you say? Like I've seen your comedies and I couldn't possibly see anyone being upset at anything you say.
Yeah.
But have you dealt with that?
Gracias a Dios, güey, casi no, güey. Like I keep it really cool. Like, again, it goes back to being yourself, being real, being, you're not trying to fucking attack anybody in particular. I don't do that shit. I talk in general, my life, what I'm going through. So it's really hard. Like I don't really deal with stuff. Like every once in a while, like I'll run into like situations because again I am 42, fool. A veces me sale the FAG word, you know.
Yeah. They're gonna be upset when you're autistic.
Autistic too. I got a little hate for autistic. Yeah. My nephew's autistic.
You're gonna get canceled now, bro.
Yeah, I got a little beef for autistic. But it was one time this fan, I was doing this autistic joke that I don't really do anymore, and not because of that, but because I don't think the joke was doing that great anyway. Yeah. But I was doing a joke about my nephew. My nephew's autistic. And then I was talking about like, oh man, my sister was like, hey, don't be careful, he's autistic. And I'm like, dude, I don't even know what that means. Like, it sounds like it's a skill, dog. Like it sounds like it's something you put on your you put on your resume, fool. Yeah, I'm autistic. Right? Like, you're like, I can count really fast. I'm a team worker, I'm motivated, I'm autistic, I'm ready to work, kind of shit. And so I used to do that joke, and then somebody came out to me one time. She was drunk. I didn't take her too serious, but it was like, my son's autistic, and you can't be talking about like that. Yeah. I was just like, whatever. That's like the closest I've had it. Okay. And then a few times I've like offended girls here and there, like as far as like saying bitch or something. Yeah. Like, relax, bitch. Like when the chick's getting a little too drunk or too loud. Yeah. Like, hey, I cálmate, pinche. Hey, somebody shut this bitch up. Like I've said that, and I've immediately regretted it, kind of shit. But that's just how I talk, fool. So it's like it's hard sometimes, fool. Yeah. But and I really I make fun of the word that I miss FAG, dog. Fag. I miss saying that. We grew up with that word.
Yeah. Before, like it wasn't like you're gay. It was just like you said it to someone that was annoying you.
Yeah, man.
So you don't say it no more?
I don't. I've been working hard to get it out of my fucking vocabulary.
You don't want the LGBT.
I don't need that shit in my life. Those motherfuckers are ruthless, dog. They're taking over all the colors, fool. Like what the fuck, dog? They got all.
They own all of them.
They even took pastels, bro.
They took black and everything. I only wear black now, bro.
Yeah, they took brown. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. That's me.
Did they really?
I think they got brown in there too now, fool. Like, yeah, they got brown, black, brown.
They got the whole rainbow, bro.
Wow.
So
they even got gamma ray. That's not even, you can't even see that shit.
Motherfuckers are fucking deep.
So question, do you think that you have to be like a certain level of status to be able to say? Because I only ask, like I asked you off camera, I said, who's your favorite? You said, and which made sense. There's no favorite, but in your eyes, you said the GOAT to you is to a lot of people, really is Chappelle, right?
Yeah, Chappelle's untouchable, fool. He's a Jordan, fool.
And I know Chappelle still says fag.
Yeah, he does.
Right?
Yeah. He says whatever the fuck he wants.
He says whatever he wants because do you think that at a certain level, it's like you can't cancel?
He's at that level, fool. That's that. He's at uncancelable level right now, fool.
Yeah, he could freaking
one of the few.
right
what
now,
makes you?
And they're trying, trust me. And they're trying. It's not that they're not trying.
Yeah.
They're trying, fool. But look how big he is. Anybody else would have got canceled already, fool. Anybody else, fool. But no pueden, güey. I mean, maybe eventually, but I don't see it, dog.
Yeah.
I don't see it, fool. I mean, even fucking Kevin Hart, they took the Oscars away from him.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Like, come on, everybody, fool. Everybody gets it, fool. You just got to be careful. Again, I don't worry about it too much, fool, at the end of the day. But I don't like it. Fuck it. It's part of this. It's just part of it. It's just you gotta. It's where we at now. It's 2022 way. It's not 1992 no more, unfortunately. Unfortunately, bro. Like, dude, we fucking say the N-word, fool, everything, dog. Like, it's all good. Like, paisas, Mexicans. I'm just trying not to, dog. Like, it's not worth it to me. Yeah. It's not worth it, me having to explain. Yeah. I use it all the time. I didn't mean it that way. Yeah. I got a black friend. I don't have to say
I voted for Obama.
Fool. Yeah, I voted for Obama, dog. Like, you know, shit, man. Looking for my fucking girlfriend's black. And I don't have to, like, I don't want to explain myself, fool. I know who I am. I know who I'm not, dog.
So what do you think gets a comedian to that level?
We're very fool. Whatever fucking Chappelle did, compa. Like, I don't know. Like, basically, just at this fucking Richard Pryor fucking Chappelle level that it's, I don't know. Fool. I'm trying to get there myself, bro. Like, you just gotta enough people, fool.
Yeah, I think the.
But I mean, Gabriel could be like a guy, también like that. But on Gabriel is very clean cut.
Yeah,
fool.
he's very clean cut.
Cuida, you know, this and that, and he has to take care of his brand, fool. He has a brand to take care of. I respect his grind, fool, so much for what he's done, what he's accomplished.
When people say, like, in comedian world, right, the grind, right? Can you describe that? What does that mean? Like, other than writing jokes, what's the grind to you? Because I hear a lot. Kevin Hart talks about a lot how hard he works. And what's hard working in the comedian world?
Oh, the grind is literally, to describe it literal, is working, taking this very serious, going out every night, performing anywhere, bar. For my level would be like performing every night. Just comedy is always on your mind, on your thoughts, everything. That's how you do it. It just takes over your life.
So it's like anything.
Like anything, compa. Like, it's just that grind, fool. There's nothing's gonna stop you. You're gonna continue to move forward, fool. You're not gonna take days off, dog. You know what I mean? Whatever. Obviously, I have kids, and I take literally days off. But even when I have my kids, I'm always working on something with comedy. Fool. Always working with something. Trying to take the next step. Booking a show, emailing, fool, phone calls, texting. Podcast, compa. Fuck, I got 3 podcasts, fool. Like, I do 3 podcasts, fool. Yeah. Pinche, obviously the joke writing way. Skits, fool. Anything that moves your fucking shit forward, fool, that's the grind, dog.
Yeah, one thing that I wanted to talk to you about, I feel like the whole, like you even mentioned this, the whole comedy world and pretty much anything in this day and age, whether you're a comedian, you want to be an actor, you want to be whatever the hell you're doing, social media marketing, social media, growing your audience is huge. I feel the reason why, like, Dave Chappelle is, uncancelable is because he has such a large audience of people that follow him and love him and believe in him that, okay, let's say every single club in the world will not want, Dave Chappelle to go on their stage. It doesn't matter. Yeah, he could literally call, the Dodger Stadium and be like, hey, I need to book Dodger Stadium for this date. We're going to book it all out. And people will buy tickets. Yeah. See, he's uncancelable. There's nothing he could do. He could make his own special, Chappelle special, and put it on whatever the hell he wants on his own website, on YouTube, on Netflix, on whatever, and people will watch it. Yeah. And to create an audience like that follow you, that love you, that believe in you, that have your back, is the most important thing. I don't care what you do. You can own a clothing company. You can own a gym. You could be a comedian. You could be a financial services guy. You could be whatever the hell you do. If you have a large audience that trusts you, likes you, believes in you.
Well, if you're good at it too.
And you're good, of course. Well, in order to build an
let's
audience.
Start there.
Yeah. Well, you have to be good at it.
Well, in order to build an audience, you have to be good.
Claro.
Nobody's going to follow you for your shit, Yeah. But if you're able to create
Look at Deshaun Watson, fool. This is fucking from the quarterback from the fucking, Oh, we got 26 cases right now, fool, and he's still fucking gonna be.
They still signed his ass.
Guaranteed money.
Yeah, so you're working overtime you know, doing doing the skits, doing the sitcoms, doing the comedy. You're putting in the work, and most people don't see that. You know, all they see is like, oh, look, this guy's successful.
Yeah.
They don't see the grind that goes behind it, you know, and that's why I respect people that are out there and working every single day towards what they believe in and what they love. You know, so for our audience is young, ambitious people that are trying to accomplish something in their life, you know. So I want them to really pay attention that there is dues that needs to be paid. You mentioned, you know, driving far as fuck for free, you know, doing these gigs and, you know, eating shit like you said, you know.
Yeah, a lot of those gigs didn't go well for me, dog. I mean, those are long drives home, full.
Yeah, that is part of the grind. That's part of the process. And most people don't know that you're going to have to get tested before you become successful. Yeah. And if you give up and you quit and you don't really believe in yourself, you're not going to make it, you know? And it's the same in anything you do, whether it's comedy or whatever it is. You have to go through that same process. And I always appreciate people that understand that and do their shit. And at the end of the day, they showcase their talent, you know, because you were born with it. You know, you have a God-given talent that you're now showing to the world, and your value is being appreciated. And a lot of the times people have that, and it's not appreciated until they put in the work. You know, so that's good. One other thing that I kind of wanted to touch base on is like, what are some of the tips that you could give to a up and coming comedian that's just starting off, and you know, they want to be successful, they want to have an HBO special? What are some of the tips you could give to them? I mean,
I don't want to sound like a repetitive motherfucker, but this is what I tell everybody, fool. It's because the thing is that, look, me agüita más a mí, güey, because I get a lot of motherfuckers hitting me up all the time. A lot of comics sliding into my DMs.
I've been to your comedy shows, bro. I've been to your comedy shows, and every time there's like fucking 3 or 4 comedians trying to like talk to you. Like,
and which is fine. I'm all about that. It's all good. But the thing is, because look, me agüita mucho es que, fool, like they're just not willing to fucking put the time for it. Todos quieren, this is what they always say, fool. They always be like, let me open for you. Let me roll with you. Yeah. Let me fucking be your, like, basically opener, fool. Yeah. You can't just be an opener, fool. Like, you have to put in the work, fool, because opener means you're getting paid, compa. Like, you're getting paid to open. Yeah. You're getting paid to do the work. So I don't know you, fool. Like, why would I have you open for me? No te conozco, güey. Yeah. So, like, it's almost like, I gotta see you grind, fool. Like, you gotta be out there all the time, fool, doing your shit, dog. Yo solo, güey. Mira, güey. No es por nada, güey. No es por nada, güey. 2000, again, I go back to 2009, fool. Like, my kids were 3 and 4, dog. All right, 3 and 4. All right, I had a wife, dog. I had a full-time job, fool. From 9, no, I used to go in at 10. Salía a las 5:30, güey. All right, a las 6, güey. 5:30, 6, güey. A las 6, güey. And I used to work in HP, fool. From HP at 6 o'clock through traffic, I used to drive to North Hollywood, off on Lancashire to the Hot Comedy Club for open mic. Open mic,
which is free.
No, I have to pay.
Oh, you have to pay to
I gotta pay to get on stage, fool. $5, fool. You gotta pay $5 for 5 minutes.
Okay.
You get $5, 5 minutes.
Really?
Fool. Yes, fool. You gotta go. And then they do that just for not any fucking idiot to get up there, fool. Oh, okay. So they charge you para que just serious motherfuckers that really want to fucking put in work come in here.
Yeah, makes sense.
So anyway, I would do that, fool. I would do that every day of the week, fool. 5-6 times a week, not 7, but 5-6 times a week.
Really?
Me iba para allá, güey.
As soon as you got out of work?
As soon as I got out of work, sin comer, güey, con hambre, güey. And then they sell food there. They don't fucking give you free food, dog. I have to buy food there, dog. Yeah. You know, and the food sucks. So, like, I have to buy food. I have to fucking buy a beer. I would buy a beer. Pay my $5 every day. Then my fucking wife's calling, like, what time am I gonna be home? What the fuck? Blah, blah, blah. You know, this and that. Dude, I did that for like about a year and a half, fool. And then on top of those shows, I would go to bar shows. I would go to other, but from there you learn other places. Oh, they got a fucking mic here. They got a mic there. Wow. Yo me iba, güey. I would go dressed in my fucking work clothes, fool. Go there, fool, and do that thing, dog.
That's dope.
It's just, I don't know how I did it, fool.
Would you drink before you go on stage or no?
No, just like a beer. So
just one beer? Okay. Yeah. Did it do anything, like psychologically? Were you like, I'm going to drink a beer, like loosen up?
It loosens you up.
Yeah,
I can say it does.
And then your wife at that time, she sees you going to work immediately. You're going over here. You're paying $5, which isn't a lot, but you're paying.
It adds up. Plus gas. Plus you're away from the kids. You're away from dinner.
I'm curious to know, what was her
At first, she was all about it. She was all like, "Go get it out of your system," you know, because she believed in me. She knows how funny I am. I got her because I was funny, you know, and that's what she liked about me. At first, it was cute, like, "Oh, this is cute. This is great. This is fun. Get it out of your system, you know, blah blah blah. Do your little thing, have fun." But then I started. After 6 months, I'm still at it. Almost a year. Now I'm getting booked. Hey, this guy's invited me to go on road. Hey, this guy's invited me to go with him to the show. Oh, this guy's invited me to go to Tempe, Arizona. This guy's invited me to San Jose. This guy's invited me to open from in San Diego. She's like, whoa, this is getting serious kind of shit. Like, oh, what the fuck, dog? Yeah. How much you getting paid for this? I'm like, oh, not much. You know, I'm getting paid $100, this and that. Plus, but I gotta drive there and I gotta put up I gotta buy my own fucking hotel.
Shit. So you're spending money.
I'm spending money, dog. And so like one of those things where like, after our relationship was already kind of rocky because she was already going towards her career. She wanted to be a lawyer, so she was going for school for that. So it was one of those things where we were already going our separate fucking paths. Yeah. But and it's just all of a sudden, you know, we after a while we just broke up. You know, obviously I wasn't, you know.
That's so fascinating. That's very fascinating because so many people in so many different industries are in relationships. Their spouse doesn't see what they're trying to accomplish. Doesn't like understand it, can't get it.
Well, at first she was all about it, but then she's like, "Oh shit, this is fucking real. This is actual."
Well, it doesn't sound like she was all about it. It sounds like she thought it was just a phase.
A phase.
That was it.
Yeah.
And she thought that at some point you would just get it out of your system.
Correct.
That's what you said.
Yes.
Then she realized like, oh fuck, this motherfucker's for real.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Oh shit, he's actually pretty good."
That's
like
dope.
You know, they started getting back to her like, "Oh, she's actually pretty good and stuff." We checked him out.
Did she ever like give you? I'm sure she probably gave you some shit about like. Did she ever give you an ultimatum?
No, never an ultimatum.
Okay.
She never an ultimatum. It wasn't never an ultimatum. I fucked up because I started staying out later and later. Like I loved it. It took over me. Yeah. That shit just took over me. So I would stay out. I'll be like, oh, I'm coming home at 10. I'll be home at 11. You know. Oh, the weekends come. I'll be home at 11. I was home at 12, 1. And it was one of those things where like it just kind of took over for me. And it was a matter of time where like that's it.
Doesn't sound like you fucked up.
Yeah, well, I cheated a couple of times. Well, not proud of it, but that's part of it. It comes with the territory.
Oh, don't worry, bro. Just go back 3 episodes and watch what we talked about. You'll be good.
Yeah, we talk about a bunch of shit. But that's one thing that I did want to talk about is that I've noticed.
I'm just trying to be real. Like I'm trying to make myself like the saint here, like a good guy.
No one is.
I did bad shit too. I did bad shit.
One thing that I've noticed a lot, you know, with successful comedians is as the fame starts to come and you know the accolades and the money and you know you start surrounding yourself with other successful comedians and actors and you're in the industry world, the entertainment industry world, you know, money, drugs, sex, all this shit starts coming. I noticed that a lot of comedians get wrapped up into some serious addictions, you know, whether it's, you know, drugs or sex or money or this or that. And then the comedy kind of takes a back burner and they're all about just partying, you know, and it destroys a lot of lives. Yeah,
it does. Fool. It's part of everything, right? It's like it's a rock star life way. It goes back to the rock star life. Say, we start to live up that life, fool. Yo, gracias a Dios, way. I'll be honest with you, I've never fucking touched that shit, dog. Yeah. I don't fuck with stuff. I got a high. I smoke weed here and there, fool. And mostly on the road, dog, but I'm not really into that. I drink beer and that's it, fool. Con eso it's enough, fool. But there's a lot of motherfuckers, you know, a lot of fucking cocaine. But, you know, it's scaring a lot of motherfuckers. A lot of motherfuckers are dying right now, fool, with that shit right now. There's some bad batches going on out there, fool. And we lost some friends not too long ago, fool. Really? Like, a couple years ago, you know.
Who'd you lose?
Some comedians, fool, comics and shit. That, you know, the homie Fu Kwan and shit, and the homie Rico and Jelly, dog, rest in peace. It's just like not too long ago, fool. It's going to be about a year coming up. And about 10 months ago. And, fool, they just... rest in peace with my boys, man, and others, food that we've lost, and there's you hear about it, and just like reality check comes in again. Yeah, it's a fun drug. I get it, fool. I'm around those fools all the time, dog. You know, I'm around them, and they're a great time to be. They're a good time to hang out with. I've never touched it. I've never touched it on, to be honest with you, because I'm scared of fucking going too hard on that shit. And because I have addiction problems myself, fool. Like when it comes to alcohol and gambling and all that shit, I touch that shit, I'll game over for me, dog. Yeah. So I respect that shit, dog. And my brother is fucking he deals with meth as well, fool. So he's been in and out of rehab dealing with meth and shit. So like all that shit, I respect the way. That's all you guys, fool. Yeah. I ain't never gonna fucking judge anybody though, fool. They could do that shit in front of me, off my fucking arm if you want, dog. I don't give a fuck, dog.
Have you seen some crazy shit?
Oh, claro way. The road life is fucking insane, dog. Yeah. The road life insane. We've had a lot of fucking fun out there, dog. You know. Yeah. And I got a girlfriend right now, fool, but I got to behave. But the days are good, dog. Those good days.
You guys go on tour buses or what?
Nah. We fly, fool. We fly or drive, fool. We drive through California, just California up and down San Diego to San Jose, Oakland. Okay. But Salinas, Central Cali, Fresno. But me personally, once out of Cali, fool, I fly, dog. Even if it's Phoenix, fool, or Vegas, dog, I fly, dog. Fuck that, fool.
What's been your favorite place to perform at?
Fuck, man. To be honest, I think Chicago is a fucking...
Really?
Yeah, it's a vibe out there, bro.
I've never been to Chicago.
Chicago is a fucking vibe.
Did you go in the winter or what time?
I've been in the spring. I went to a Chicago
winter's
Cubs
cold
game.
as shit.
Yeah. Fuck that shit. Chicago. I went to a Chicago Cubs
Why?
game.
What's so special?
It's just for me, because I'm a big city guy, bro. I love the city, dog. I love everything about fucking just you see all kinds of beautiful women of all shapes and sizes and colors and shit.
Yeah.
But the same thing though, I love Texas, man. Dallas, San Antonio, fool.
Yeah.
Phoenix, bro. Fuck, dog. I don't know, dog. I just anything with the great weather for you'll find
great weather and great women.
Miami, bro. That's the only way I've had fun everywhere, dog.
That's dope.
Yeah.
New York is intense too, dog. New York's a shit, but I don't know. Fucking New York is shit.
So
what's
your least favorite place to perform?
I don't know. I mean, cause at least I've done a bunch of like butthole cities, dog. Like just little cities where you never fucking heard of and shit. But, I can't talk shit about these towns. Fool. I'm gonna go back to some of them.
He's like a Barstow.
Yeah. Oh no, mames. I've been to Blythe, fool. Que oh my god. Wey. No sé cómo la hacen allá, güey.
That's funny, man.
Oh my god. No, I've been to some weird ass fucking places, fool. Like in New Mexico, fool. I've been to Raton, New Mexico. Yeah.
Hey, did you lie when you got on stage? Man, Raton, I've been waiting to get here.
I made it.
Hey, it's funny. This is no bullshit. You're not gonna believe this story, but what's today? 2011, 11 years ago, in San Bernardino, out of all fucking places, I got to see Drake perform for $15.
Oh shit!
At a warehouse, bro.
No, I believe you because my boy's from San Bernardino. I got a homie from San Bernardino. How old are you, fool?
I'm 29.
Oh, nice. I got a homie. He's 36. Fucking SB for life, I say,
yeah?
dog, SB for life, and he says the same thing. For he put it on his Instagram. I don't know if I can find it, but he put on his Instagram on Throwback Thursday a ticket of Kanye West back in like around that time. Yeah.
Well, when I went to
go see Drake, it must have been San Bernardino, fool.
Yeah, it was in San Bernardino, and I'll never forget the reason I'm bringing this up because he was on fucking stage and he was like, "San Bernardino, I fucking love you," and I'm like, "Who the fuck? Nobody here loves fucking San Bernardino."
Yeah. I performed San Bernardino too, dog. It was fucking crackhead as shit. There's like a little theater out there in San Bernardino.
Yeah, the amphitheater or some shit like that. Yeah,
I've been there.
That place is actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
But that area is cracked out around it.
Yeah, for sure. Fuck yeah.
It's cracked out.
The only reason I had went is because a homie from high school, he was like, "Hey, my homie is performing. He's opening up." I was like, "Opening up for who?" That fool from Degrassi. And I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" So that's the trip. But that's the only reason I bring it up. Man. But that's crazy. So you've been to a whole bunch of shithole cities.
I've been everywhere, dog. Chingo lugares, way. I've been to like fucking Alabama, bro. Like fucking Birmingham.
What about out of the country?
Huntsville. Huh?
Out of the country?
I perform for the troops, bro. I perform for Peru. Really? I've been to Greece, Italy,
that's dope.
Jordan, Syria.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, fool. Good times, huh? Good times.
That's crazy.
Hell yeah.
That's what's up. So real quick, you got an HBO special. You had an
HBO special. Check it out right now. It's called It's Not My Weekend, fool. It's 30-minute special. I think you'll enjoy it, fool. Hopefully you guys do.
I can attest to that. I've been to like 4 or 5 of your shows.
Yeah.
Hilarious, bro.
Thanks, fool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're working a lot of shit. I also got some podcasts myself. I got the American Wannabes podcast.
That's right.
I got the my own personal podcast. It's Not My Weekend podcast. Just me venting every week about my life.
Yeah.
And then I got a new podcast called Tragos Amargos, where we break down Mexican music and shit. Every week is a different fucking artist, dog. So
you run 3 podcasts?
Yeah.
And you're an actor?
Yeah.
And you're a comedian?
Sí,
and you're here sitting on our fucking podcast? Yeah. How do you have the time to do this shit?
I didn't. Didn't I reschedule like fucking once and shit? Yeah. No, it's not always. It's not and the fucking kids. The kids take my time.
I appreciate for being here,
man.
No, my kids take up a lot of my fucking time. The motherfuckers are in sports and they suck, fool. But I still have to go support them and shit. But
how'd you come up to the idea of getting 3 fucking podcasts? Did 3 homies hit you up?
So yeah, no. So American Wannabes, we've been doing that shit for like almost 5 years, dog.
You guys are like 200
forever. We're like at 250 episodes, fool. Okay. And then from that one, we all broke off and did our own thing. Yeah. Kind of create like a universe.
Yeah.
And so we all got our own. We're somos tres way, so we did our own. And then from that one,
universe like Marvel and shit.
Yeah, like a little fucking MCU, dog. And then from that one, And then on my own podcast, I be talking about Mexican music on my podcast. Like I talk shit like, oh man, this motherfucking, those pinches tigres, those bookies are back and whatever this shit. And so people are like, hey, you should do a podcast about that shit. I'm like, that's a good idea, fool. And I hit up one of my best friends, my childhood friend. He knows a lot about music. So I hit him up, hey, before you want to do this with me, let's do it. And then we did it. Shit, it's been fun, dog. We're only like at episode 2, dog.
Yeah.
We did Ramon Ayala, episode 1, and then Tigres del Norte, episode 2. And then we're going to do Selena, the next episode.
That's dope. Yeah, bro. How'd you come up to the name It's Not My Weekend?
Because that's literally my fucking life, dog. A single father, dog. 3 kids,
dog.
Okay,
gotcha.
Yeah. It's not my weekend, dog. Yeah, it's the real life shit. So I used to talk a lot about my kids and fucking being a single father and stuff like that, dog. So, I'm gonna be like, oh, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Which is why I left my kids out there.
That's dope.
Old jokes.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Good
awesome,
times,
man.
Good times. Fuckers are getting big. I gotta start talking about new shit, though. No, now they're big and they're all talking about, they're 15 and 16 and 15. They're fucking like sexually frustrated So
oh, shit.
They
Dude,
boys.
You got a whole
they're
new
boys.
fucking,
They're all boys.
Oh yeah,
sexually frustrated,
bro.
And I know they're sexually frustrated because I had the same look, fool. Like, so.
I have one child. She's a daughter. She's my daughter. She's 14 months.
Oh, fool! Congrats,
yeah,
motherfucker.
Bro. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Damn.
Yeah, man. She's just fucking crying every goddamn day.
Oh, fuck.
That's it.
How's a Similac? She's on Similac, fool? But baby formula?
Yeah, we give her formula, yeah.
That shit's expensive, huh?
Yeah,
fool?
fuck yeah, dude. It's like
$30 a can, though.
Shit, you see with fucking Biden in office, everything's expensive.
Yeah, everything, fool.
Fuck,
He's for naive, fool. He's fucking conservative, though.
Yeah, super conservative, bro.
Yeah.
He's got actually Trump tattooed on his back.
Na huevo. The tramp stamp. There's a lot of fools out there like that, fool.
In IE?
Yeah.
I know in Riverside for sure.
Riverside, yeah.
The fucking deputy sheriff got famous worldwide.
Yeah.
Because he was the only one, really one of the only deputy sheriffs that went against what the governor was doing.
Yeah. Is Idlewild, is that fucking?
Idlewild's Riverside County, I believe.
Yeah. I've been out there and I saw a bunch of Trump flags everywhere and shit.
Yo, well, you're in the fucking mountains and shit. What else do you expect? That's like going to Big Bear.
Yeah. Good times.
Over here in HP where you live, I'm sure it's all fucking pro-Biden.
Nah, somos el PRI, güey. Somos el PAN.
That's funny, bro. That's funny. And you got when's your next show coming
up? So I got a bunch of shit coming up in July. I'm taking June kind of chilled out. My kids are on vacation right now, full summer. So I'm kind of chilling with them. Yeah, it's my fucking month, dog. Yeah, it's my month. But I'm back at it in July, dog. So in July, you can find me in Pomona. Making it big.
What, the Glass House?
Pomona Fox Theater, bro.
Fox Theater.
Okay.
Fox Theater, Pomona, July 16 or 17.
Oh, that's what the...
Toxico.
Yeah, I'm going to be there, bro. I'm going to go check you out.
Hell yeah, fool. I'm going to see here.
Hell yeah, I'm going to go.
Yeah, let's go, bro.
Let's do that shit.
Yeah, July 16th, Saturday, July 16th. Los Toxicos, way. And then...
hey, you think you give me a camera... license? Yeah, access.
Yeah, let me find out. It's not my thing. It's through our agent and shit. So
okay. That's what I was gonna ask you. You have an agent?
Yeah. Agent, manager, agent for movies and big shows, and then we got a manager for like booking.
Okay.
Smaller shit.
I thought this was gonna ask for fucking bottle service and shit.
I don't even know. Like, it's gonna be.
I don't think. Oh, actually, they do. They do have.
It's actually It's actually like put together by Project Hope, which is like a big fucking organization.
Yeah, it's a huge organization.
Yeah. So Project Hope's putting that shit together.
That's cool.
Then I'll be headlining the stand-up comedy club in Bellflower, California. There's a brand new comedy club Friday night, July 22nd.
Nice.
And then I'm heading out to San Antonio, Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club, July 28th. Full. And I'm coming to Ontario.
That's what's up.
Improv, yes, sir.
What date?
Ontario Improv. El 15 de septiembre, güey. Mexican Independence Day. Because I'm a fucking paisa.
I'm
going to be there.
Yes, sir.
That's in my neighborhood.
Let the motherfuckers
know.
Hell
yeah, let's do it.
Thursday night, fool. Yeah, I love Ontario, bro.
I love the improv's dope, bro.
Yeah, it is, dog. It's one of my favorite clubs. So top 3.
Yeah.
Top 3. Ice House, which is closed down right now.
Yeah.
Top 1. And then probably Ontario. And then Phoenix, bro. I love fucking Phoenix.
Yeah.
Phoenix is the shit, dog.
Yeah?
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Stand up live in Phoenix, Arizona.
So for all of our audience out there, make sure you guys check out Jerry's HBO special. It's Not My Weekend. If you're in the area of where his shows are, what's your website, bro, so they can check out your dates?
ComedianJerryGarcia.com.
Perfect.
ComedianJerryGarcia.com.
And your IG is
Comedian Jerry G.
Jerry G.
Comedian Jerry G.
Make sure you guys follow, subscribe. We'll make sure we tag all of your links on our YouTube and our Instagram. Brother, I really want to thank you for sharing your time, coming out today, sharing your story, and I had a great time. you know, and I want to really thank you. I'm appreciative of you being here. Any last words you want to give?
No, man, it's been a pleasure meeting you. You're a real motherfucker. I like it.
Igualmente, güey.
I like it, brother. Absolutely, man. So I look forward to seeing you perform, and yeah, man, I'm excited about Ontario and all the other shit. So thank you for being here, brother.
Everybody, make sure you guys subscribe to our channel, and see you guys next time.
That song is perfect for this.